So guys, this is my rig. It took me 8 months to complete with hoods, but at some point I decided that I have to hire professionals, because if I had to complete it myself, it would take me another 2 years to complete. So I hired some freelancers, but those freelancers weren't easy to work with because they were working with several other projects at the same time, and I had to chase them down in order to work on my project. So that's why it took me 8 months. If you have a dedicated team to work on your project alone, you can complete this in 2 or 3 months at max. It cost me 10,000 euro for the vehicle and another 1,000 euro in order to register a license plate. Once the vehicle is closed, you can't tell if it's a motorhome or if it's a truck. You can't really tell because there's no windows anywhere. And when it's closed, it offers 12 square meters of interior space. It's a good space if in situations like you want to park in a city, you can park in a city and have it closed, and it's still very livable because the bed is up in the front, which you can access anytime. The kitchen is accessible even if it's closed. Everything is accessible. So you can use it closed, but of course it's more preferable to have it open like that, because when it's open it offers 32 square meters of total interior space. 32 square meters, at some cases you can consider that space a studio apartment. So I love to have it open. It only takes 5 minutes to open it. For electricity, I have 6 solar panels, 250 watt each, so a total of 2,700 watts per hour. With a hybrid inverter, this energy goes directly to the electrical appliances like the air condition, which is 12,000 BTU. The inverter is 5,000 watts, which means it can supply energy. I can have the laundry and the air conditioner working at the same time with no problem. Plenty of lighting. The battery, it's 9,000 watt, 9 kilowatt hours. The hybrid inverter supplies energy throughout the whole day without affecting the battery. This is great because I can have my battery at 100% all time, and it only needs to kick in once the sunlight is completely gone. The whole system cost me 6,000 euro. The solar themselves cost me 1.5 thousand. The inverter cost me 1.2 thousand, and the battery cost me 2.7 thousand, and the rest was the installation expenses. The battery is a Tesla type system. I think it's a Catl system from China. They told me that this is the technology that they are using for the Tesla cars. It's very trustworthy, and it's a lithium type system that you can drain all the energy from the battery if you need so, without damaging the battery. With other systems, you can only drain the battery up to 50% or 40% at maximum, because if you go lower, it means that you start damaging the battery. For water, I'm using 2 water tanks, 250 liters each, and I have inserted both water tanks in the same exact position on the truck, and they communicate, so both tanks are filled and emptied at the same time, so the vehicle is always balanced while you're driving. It's good to, if you have to go to travel long distance, it's good to empty the tanks so you have less weight and less fuel consumption. But let's say you want to move and you have some water and you don't want to empty it, it's totally balanced, since the tanks are located in the exact same position in the truck. 500 liters total of fresh water is more than enough. Before you want to refill, you can park it and use the water with laundry for 5 days with no problem. I'm using a Willo water pump. It cost me 500 euro. I know I could go with something less expensive like 50, 80 euro water pump, but I wanted something reliable because I'm gonna travel for 6 months straight into the winter. So I decided to pay something more in order to be safe, because water is very important. For me, it's more important than electricity, and I want to avoid having problem with the water at all costs. So I decided to invest something more because this system by Willo has an auto safety feature that if you don't have water and the water pump tries to pull water, it won't break down like other water pumps. Also, this water pump provides sustainable and constant pressure throughout all the pipes into the space. You can use the kitchen faucet and the bathroom faucet, and if someone wants to take a shower at the same time, the pressure won't be affected at all. This is a big thing for me, and I believe it's worth every penny of your money to have a very good water pump that can work in low temperatures up to minus 15 degrees Celsius. I can work with this water pump up to 50 degrees Celsius or even more. Lots of interior space, lots of cupboards. I haven't been able to fill all the space up to this time, but I believe if I start to travel in the winter, of course I will find a way to fill it up. Exterior spaces for, I have this Bauer box for anything equipment wise or dirty shoes that you don't want to bring into the vehicle. I also inserted a luggage rack on the back, which is big as almost a fridge. It's 60 by 50 by 2 meters long, and I have this for all the stuff that you need but you don't want into the vehicle, like a mop, an extra carpet, some tools, anything utilitarian. So lots of space outside and lots of space inside. The space is important when you travel for extended periods of time. My best feature is the bed that I can open in front and on the top if you want to have a view of the stars, or if you want to look straight ahead the horizon. You can enjoy both. Plenty of openings, and this is the very good thing. I love the fact that the truck, when it's closed, you can't tell if it's a motorhome, so you're safer. If you carry expensive equipment like cameras and anything, you're a little safer than giving a hint that you're a motorhome. And when it's parked, you can enjoy the view from any side of the truck. We have the back side that it opens, you can enjoy the horizon. We have the front that also opens and you can enjoy the view from the front. And of course, sideways with 4-meter long, 2-meter height windows. The whole thing cost me 38,000 euro up to today, but there are some more things I need to improve. So I believe by the time I start to travel, the whole thing will be almost 40,000 euro. By all means, it's worth it, because if you want to have something like that for a German manufacturer or an English manufacturer, you have to pay more than 80,000-90,000 euro. And if, again, I don't believe you're gonna have this good of appliances and this good of system, electricity system or water pump. Everything I inserted in this rig, I did after long research, and I always went for the best. So if you want to do something similar, do it yourself and you won't regret it. For heating and boiling system, I have a Truma Cobi 6. Again, after long research, I found that this system is the most reliable. It's expensive. It cost me 3,000 euro to buy it and another 1,000 euro for installation expenses. But the saying, it's very powerful. It's the one that all the big RVs abroad in the United States, in Germany, they're using this system by Truma. I haven't tested it yet because it's still like summer here in Greece. I only traveled a few days during summer and I haven't used the system yet, but what I've researched, that I'll be very satisfied. This system also, besides providing heating, it also boils water, and with a thermostat you have a constant hot water for any time you want to shower or use it. The vehicle is 2008 Mitsubishi Canter. It's very comfortable driving it. It doesn't feel like a truck at all, because I took my license with a normal truck, which was very noisy, felt more difficult to move. You could feel the weight of the truck. This truck doesn't feel that heavy. It feels more like a driving a car, and you need the Type C driving license, which is the professional license. It took me 20 days to complete, and it cost me €700 to get it. Lots of space in the cabin. I traveled 8 days with my wife while she was pregnant, and we felt like we had plenty of space at any time. It only has 138,000 kilometers, which is it's considered to be new as a vehicle, but having this built into a box, it means that any time I want to change a vehicle. Τι έγινε ρε Δία, σταμάτα λίγο, κάτσε κάτω, κάτσε κάτω. That means that anytime I want to change a vehicle, it's only 6 screws that I can unscrew and take the box and put it into another vehicle. For the toilet, I'm using a composting toilet by Nature's Head. It cost me €1,000. You can't find it any cheaper, and people swear by it. Everybody I saw on YouTube, they're loving it. I used it for 8 days in a row while I traveled with my wife, and it's indeed a magnificent system that you can use anytime without any smell. You use it, and during you're using it, there's no smell. And when you need to empty it, again, you end up with biodegradable product, which feels like soil. It's dry, no smell at all. You can empty anywhere without a problem. And yeah, it's a little more expensive than a chemical toilet, which costs only €200. But chemical toilets, you need to empty every week. The end up product, the final product, it's smelly. You have to find a dedicated place for this type of chemical whatever to empty, I believe. So trust me on that, pay the extra buck and go with the Nature's Head or any other composting toilet system, because you enjoy a month of using it without having to empty it, and no smells at all. The shower, I went with a Nebbia shower, which is also very costly, but it consumes 70% less water. And what I've heard is that Tim Cook, the CEO from Apple, tried the product, and he was so excited that he invested into it. It's one of these things that cost a lot to buy it, but if you're about to use it for the next 2-3 years, it's worth the money, because you have a great experience, a great showering experience, while you use less water. It cost me €565 to buy it from Nebbia website, including shipping, and then an additional €300 for customs, import expenses from FedEx. Avoid FedEx at all costs. Try to import it with another way, because it cost me almost as much as it cost me to buy the product. It cost me to pay import taxes. So that's it. I'm gonna start traveling next month. Feel free to subscribe. I would love to have you with me. And until the next one, be safe.
Desirable. I do what I want when I want and how I want it. Leave you with the one in the air. That's how I roll. I got tons of soul. I'm a true collectible. Famous, so famous, #1 desirable. I do what I want when I want and how I want it. Leave you with the one in the air. That's how I roll. I got you to throw. I don't care. I'm gonna go. That is so much better flipping.
You see the drippy, I'm fitted up. Hop in my car and the giddy up. Secure the bag, yeah, I get the bus. Pick it up, pick it up, pick it up. You see the drippy, I'm fitted up. Hop in my car and the giddy up. Secure the bag, yeah, I get the bus. Pick it up, pick it up, pick it up. Ooh, I've been on the flex since flex zone. Neighborhood all in your eardrums. I ain't never scared like Bone Crush. Boy, I got God, don't fear none. My line busy, take no calls. Feels like I don't have no flaws. Snakes in the grass, cut those off. Yo, squad shady, my bros raw. No breaks, we go, 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 go. Throw shade, that's a no. Go high, go low. Like spinning in a 644. Cash money like 504. Ball like AD24. No sleep, need more. Pick it up. You see the drip, yeah, I'm fitted up. Hop in my car and the giddy up. Secure the bag, yeah, I get the box. Pick it up. You see the drip, yeah, I'm fitted up. Hop in my car and the giddy up. Secure the bag, yeah, I get the box. Pick it up.